Hi everyone, a very good evening to all of you. In this video, we are going to discuss science and technology current affairs MCQs that are going to be absolutely important for UPSC Prelims 2023. This video is made by me, that is Ashna Shashodia, and in today's session, we'll be solving 5 questions in total from Science and Technology Current Affairs section. So let us start with our topic. This is question number 11. We have so far solved 10 questions in other videos which you can access on Unacademy's YouTube channel UPSC Articulate. There's a separate series for solving science and technology based questions from current affairs. So question 1 is consider the following statements. Statement 1 is a scramjet is a ramjet with the supersonic combustion, and statement 2 says that scramjets can't produce thrust at zero velocity. Question is, which of the statements are correct? You have to choose the correct statement here. You can pause the video and solve this question. Once you are done with it, you can unpause it, you can play the video and then check your answer whether you have chosen the correct option or not. Well, in this question, both the statements are true, hence the correct option is C. A scramjet is a ramjet with supersonic combustion. Actually, in ordinary ramjets, the air is decelerated to subsonic velocities before combustion, but this is not the case in a scramjet. When it comes to ramjets, they have a velocity of 1 to 6 Mach in theory, but scramjets, they have a range of 12 to 24 Mach in theory. So you should know that ramjets and scramjets can't produce thrust at zero velocity because they need a lot of airflow to start. So scramjets have a higher specific impulse than ramjet, and owing to subsonic combustion, ramjet has greater efficiency and operability than scramjet, which has a lesser efficiency due to supersonic combustion. So correct option is C. All of them are actually correct. Then we have question 12. With reference to gallium nitride, consider the following statements. It is a very hard, mechanically stable wide bandgap semiconductor. And second statement says that it is 1000 times more efficient than silicon. Which of the statements given above are correct? See, in this case, again, both the statements are correct. When it comes to gallium nitride, this is one of the most advanced semiconductors. And this is widely used material for blue light emission. What are the advantages of this? Well, it is very reliable. It is having a very compact size, high efficiency and fast switching speed. Apart from this, this is low on resistance and high thermal conductivity it is having. This is 1000 times more efficient than silicon. This technology, gallium nitride technology, is of strategic importance with its application to 5G, space and defense applications. So because 5G is in news these days, one should know about gallium nitride that is connected with 5G. So let's go ahead and now solve next question. For this question, both the statements are correct. Now the next question is that you have to consider the following statements and you have to choose the statement which is not correct. The two statements that are given are: satellite broadband is network connectivity provided through geostationary satellites only, and satellite internet has extremely low latency due to the distance between satellites and the surface of the earth. So which of them are not correct? Well, both the statements are wrong when it comes to satellite broadband and satellite internet. Satellite broadband is network connectivity provided through low Earth orbit and medium Earth orbit or geostationary satellites, with the geostationary satellites providing much faster data rates. So, in this case, when the statement is saying that it is through only geostationary satellites only, this makes it wrong. Only is a very extreme statement in most of the cases. I'm not saying that absolutely this is going to be wrong in all the cases. I'm saying in most of the cases, if the term only is there, you have to be attentive with it. Okay, so satellite broadband, why are we talking about it? Because recently Geo's joint venture, this was in news that they will use geostationary and medium Earth orbit satellites. Whereas we have discussed Starlink satellite also, Starlink as well as OneWeb, they use low Earth orbit. But when it comes to Geo, they are going to use geostationary and medium Earth orbit. Actually, the low Earth orbit satellites are cheaper to make and deploy, but they require a satellite constellation working in sync to offer coverage on Earth. So, statement 1 is wrong. Statement 2 is also not correct because this is about the low latency. They are saying that satellite internet has extremely low latency, which is not true. Latency means the amount of time that it takes for a signal to travel from your computer to a remote server. Like, for example, there's a physical machine where Netflix store its video and coming back from there. So wired connections generally have the lowest latency, with fiber being the lowest of them all. And satellite internet, they are asking, that has extremely high latency. Why? Due to the distance between satellites and the surface of the Earth. That's why in this case, rather than extremely low latency, it is going to be extremely high latency. So both statement 1 and 2 are wrong. You have to choose the not correct statement. So C is the correct option. Next question, you have to consider the following statements. Agni 5 ballistic missile has a 3-staged solid fuel engine and it can strike targets with a high degree of precision at a distance of up to 10,000 kilometers. And NAG is a third generation fire and forget anti-tank guided missile having a maximum range of 200 kilometers. Which of the given statements is or are correct? Well, in this case, both the statements are correct. Actually, no. Both the statements are incorrect. So, correct option is going to be D. Both of them are incorrect because when it comes to Agni 5 ballistic missile, this is an indigenously built advanced surface to surface ballistic missile that was developed under the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program. And India has successfully test fired nuclear capable ballistic missile Agni 5. This missile, it is a 3-stage solid fuel engine, that is correct, and it can strike targets with a high degree of precision at a distance of up to 5,000 kilometers. So it is not 10,000 kilometers, it is 5,000 kilometers. So this is wrong. And Agni 5 missile can cover a range of even 8,000 kilometers, but that is not 10,000. Hence, correct option is D. Why? Because statement 1 is wrong. Same is the case with statement 2. That is also not correct because the NAG missile has been manufactured by the DRDO, and after the successful completion of the trials, the DRDO stated that the missiles are ready for induction into the army, but this is an all-weather missile, and it has an operational range of 500 meters to 20 kilometers. So they are saying the maximum range is 200 kilometers. No, it is 500 meters to 20 kilometers. So even this is not correct. Let's go ahead and solve our last question for this video. Consider the following statements. You have to choose which of the statements are correct. Two statements are given to us. First is, in nuclear fusion, the nuclei of two lighter elements are made to fuse together to form the nucleus of a heavier atom, and compared to nuclear fission, the waste produced by nuclear fusion is less radioactive and decays much more quickly. Well, in this case, both the statements are correct about nuclear fusion and fission. When two atoms of a light element such as hydrogen, they are heated and combined to form a single heavier element such as helium, the nuclear reaction produces massive amounts of energy which can be captured. So statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 is also correct. Nuclear fission produces a lot of radioactive waste which can be dangerous, and it must be stored safely, potentially for hundreds of years. The waste produced by nuclear fusion is less radioactive and it decays much more quickly. So nuclear fusion does not need fossil fuels like oil or gas. It also does not generate greenhouse gases which trap the sun's heat and are responsible for climate change. Most fusion experiments use hydrogen, which can be extracted cheaply from seawater, and lithium, meaning fuel supplies could last for millions of years. So, in this case, both the statements are correct. More such questions will be coming on this YouTube channel, where we'll be solving MCQs for science and technology. If you're planning to take subscription for an academy, you can do that by using my code Ashna Sisodia. This is it for this session, guys. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.